Alright guys, welcome back to trading session number 17. We're looking at the S&P 500 1-day, 1-minute chart. As you can see, it is rallying the first part of the day, and now it is selling off a little bit. People locking in profits from this market we are seeing this week. As you can see, around this period, the 50-day moving average falls below the 200-day moving average, and it is hopefully going to bounce. We will see what happens the rest of the day, but it is selling off, and we will see either it bounce or continue to sell off going into after hours trading here in another hour and a half. So we'll see what happens. One day, the 6-month chart looks pretty solid still. You could see, still trading above the 50-day moving average and the 200-day moving average. All right, so now let's dive into some news here. Nothing has really changed. There are some big news titles today. We'll go into that. But, S&P is a little changed Wednesday as investors assess year-end rally. So you can see here, S&P changed a little bit. Dow Jones added 20 points. NASDAQ was higher and 0.2%. Both indexes were on pace for a 10 straight day of gains. So there's that. Google, Meta, and Amazon were up on the day. So you can see the market is still stable. So moving on here, we have Tesla is on track to be the most bought security this year by individual retail investors. So, Tesla has become a retail investor favorite. With some more news here, Bitcoin miners ETF continues to surge. WGMI jumped 9% today as it looks to cap a blockbuster year with strong momentum. So there's that Bitcoin news. We have these companies, Google parent, Alphabet, among 31 S&P names hitting fresh highs. So there are all the stocks that are hitting fresh highs. Alphabet, Meta Platforms, Netflix, Amazon are all in the Mogul 30. None of these are, and we have Booking, Nordson, Parker, Quanta, Train Technologies, and Westinghouse. Those are not in the Mogul 30, but the first four, the Alphabet, Meta, Netflix, and Amazon, are in the Mogul 30. Moving on here, let's see. What else? Here's an interesting news title. Holiday shopping period should meet or exceed expectations. We're seeing, good Christmas shopping demand. That's really good for stocks. Moving on here, what else do we have? November existing home sales come in stronger than expected. Sales of previously owned homes in November rose 0.8% from the prior month to a seasonally adjusted annualized rate of 3.82 million units. So that is in the news as well. I will leave this in the description below. So if you guys want to see live updates of the market, is down below for today, Wednesday, December 20th. So let's now dive into the portfolio. Let's check out the stocks that are up and down for the day. So looks like it is pretty evened out, 50-50. We have a lot of stocks up, with Google being up 2.56%, Netflix, and then we have Meta right there, the three stocks that we were talking about in the news there. We have Palantir still down. We nominated Palantir this week to do our cover call for the week. And looking at the price of Palantir, we have Palantir at $17.68 right now. We have the weekly cover call at $18. So it has gone back down. And we will see if those do get assigned. It does need to go above 18, which it was earlier this week. Was yesterday up around 18.20. Now it's back down. So we will see if those shares get called away from us on Friday. We will keep you updated on that. All right, so now diving into stocks here. Let's look at Airbnb here. Down 2.6%. That it could be a play coming back down to the 50-day moving average. Let's look at actually Airbnb's. Looks like 38. That's not too bad. I'd like to see it a little bit lower. We have DraftKings really back down. We dropped bought DraftKings earlier this week on Monday. That is coming back down to the 200-day moving average. That is looking good. And we had DraftKings at 35 RSI. So Starbucks looks like it's at 35 as well, below the 200-day. That could be a play for us. And it looks like, you know, and here's Palantir, guys, 1770. You know, we needed to come back up to the 18 to get our shares called away from us. So that is Palantir. Zoom here looks like it's still above the 200-day moving average with the 50-day. We have Shopify. We didn't go over Costco. Let's see. Costco at 58 RSI. So we're going to be looking really at the bottom here to buy $10 worth of a stock. Let's go back down because higher we go up tends to not present as many deals as the stocks that are down on the day. So as I'm scanning, I don't see anything up here. So let's go back down to Starbucks or DraftKings. I think we already bought DraftKings this week. So let's go with, what was Airbnb at? Airbnb was at 38, still above the 200-day there. Whereas DraftKings has reached the 200-day and Starbucks is below the 200-day, presenting deals for us. Let's see which one is. So we got Starbucks at market value 59. DraftKings, I think, is one of our best performing. Let's see here. DraftKings at 100. So we're gonna build our motivation is to buy Starbucks to build this market value. So let's go ahead and lock in Starbucks. If you see, it's trading below 50-day crossed 200-day there, which presents a deal. It's trading at 35 RSI here, which is close to oversold values. So let's go ahead and lock in a $10 buy of Starbucks. Take off, take profit, take off, stop loss, and we're going to go ahead and buy Starbucks by order quantity 0.10443. Let's go ahead and lock that in. All right, looks like we locked it in at $95.74, guys. That is a $10 buy, and we are not going to trim today. We did our trim today with Amazon, locking it at $154. So that is pretty much trading session number 17. You know, really, we went over the covered call. You know, middle of the week, we will see what happens on Friday, see if those shares get called away. It needs to be, you know, above $18 for it to realistically be called away. Break even is at, I believe, $18.38. And then we went over, we did our Starbucks buy. You know, Starbucks is trading below the 200-day and below the 50-day moving average, presenting a deal at the 35 RSI relative strength index. And then, you know, S&P 500 still stable as investors are still, you know, buying in on the market due to the fact that the Fed came out and announced 3 rate cuts for 2024. So that is trading session number 17. I hope you guys have a great day. Hit the outro.